My name's Sally Baker, and I love Grace Harbor. This ministry has had such a huge impact on my life over the years, and I'm happy to be here today to share how I became involved in Grace Harbor. I was a caregiver for my husband for many years, and about 10 years ago, I learned that the church was offering a caregiver class led by Robin Dill, and immediately I signed up for the class because I was a very needy caregiver at that time. And so it was wonderful. I learned so much about Grace Harbor, and I also learned that it might be a perfect fit for a respite program for my husband and me. And so the next thing I knew, Bob was attending Grace Harbor 2 days a week and enjoying it. The staff and volunteers were so nice to him. And while he was spending the day doing stimulating activities, I was able to have some much needed time away from caregiving, which was a huge blessing. Bob came to Grace Harbor for 1.5 years, and I only wish that it could have been longer. A couple of years after he died, Robin Dill asked me if I would like to be a substitute volunteer for Grace Harbor, filling in when someone couldn't come in that day. And the next thing I knew, I was not a substitute volunteer, but I was a full-time Thursday volunteer, and I've maintained that wonderful position for several years now, and I love it. Grace Harbor is such a joyful, loving place for every single person who walks in the door. Staff, volunteers, participants, and caregivers alike. It's just a wonderful blessing to be able to spend the day at Grace Harbor. Our church also offers a caregiver support group, which is open to Grace Harbor caregivers as well as caregivers in the church and the community. We meet every other Tuesday afternoon from 1 to 3, currently on Zoom, and we talk about issues and hopeful solutions of things that impact caregivers every day. It's a wonderful group. We have a good time supporting each other, and we would love for anyone to join us that would like to be part of a caregiver group. Just call the church and ask Lisa Hale when our next meeting will be, and we will get you in our group. It's a great group of people. God led me to Grace Harbor all those years ago, and I could not be happier to be a part of this ministry. I'd like to thank our church for having the vision to establish Grace Harbor. I'd like to thank Robin Dill, Cindy Leake, Lisa Hale, and Kim McDonald for all their leadership and the enthusiasm that they poured into this ministry for 15 wonderful years. Happy anniversary, Grace Harbor.